Well, I like Alex's stuff. They're great. They're usually short. You have a whole bunch of them, and I was hoping you would be able to send them to me.
As the Alex the Hill character in our story, I can speak better than Buzz.
Gather together the themes of your insights.
Text or Alex speaking?
Either way, I think the speaking is good because it's quicker and I get the inflection and the points, and I can probably, just make notes as he's talking, just key things to make it.
Okay.
What are the things that you wanted to capture with you and Dan and Jean?
Just that Gene being the adopted brother because he didn't have any brothers when he was young, and that Dan and he were friends all the way back to his
Residency?
In San Diego. After I was kicked upstairs to just chairman of the board, that's where I escaped to.
Well, now what do you mean by that part? Chairman of the board, what does that mean? You were kicked upstairs to chairman of the board. What does that mean in terms of your relationship with Dan and Jean?
Starting with identify, I was relieved of my operational duties and was just the chairman of the board of directors.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, that was just kicking me upstairs so that they would get my name without my contribution.
And was that an element that was in your FaceTime thing with Jean and Dan?
No. I first traveled to Maui to escape. And Dan recommended that I see Jean. And that's how it all got started.
Got it. So I will tell you that those three things that you've said so far, I didn't capture in the 10-minute segment that you made.
Right. I now can recall, both of them can recall, what was going through my mind at the time that my whole life was identified, and I had to go to some other place, beautiful place, but the people were very timely. A lot of people who have made their fortunes have landed there. That's why it's such an artist haven. People who have deep pockets want to travel to Hawaii and see fine art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it sounded like you three of you had a very fun time talking with one another, and that came out in the segment that you filmed and edited. But as a whole piece, it's probably needs some more work, right?
Of course.
But so if that's part of what you want to include in, and I assume it is in your story, then there's another theme that's going to be good to make a note of.
So the question is whether or not the themes that we have identified so far make the cut or don't.
Yes. It can't be a stream of consciousness without some organization, is guess what I'm saying.
Yep. And I would like that based on our collaborative stream of thought, meaning that there are a lot of people involved now who know more than what has been expressed so far. Epiphany post stupid. So it opens up a new view into what I've experienced. There's too much to tell, so the trick is to tell it in a way in which it is compelling to others.
Exactly. That's the key. As a collaborator with you, my idea is that we begin to get, we already have some key elements, and we can build around those, but I still want to have a sense of some kind of way to put things into manageable chunks.
Journalists questions: when, where, who, how, what, and then and you draw a scope around each of those.
A what?
A scope.
A scope?
A bubble,
Okay.
and show them interconnecting in a way that is prioritized. So it's really number one. Way up there is, well, I'm saying two candidates, characters and time. Way up there. And then you look at where and why is such a big deal, but it is something that is to be explained in the story.
The
So
why.
we need to think about why. Why is this relevant? Like the example I just gave you, that when I went to Maui, there was something big happening in my life. I was liquid and I was powerless, I thought.
What does liquid mean in the context of Buzz's share of Identify in 1985? It means the value in cash or cash equivalents to the owner of those shares. Powerless to the one thing in Buzz's mind, making for everyone the best of the personal identification devices